How often do you type that it auto-corrected to that? Hello, Violetta. I see you've already registered 100 species of Pokemon to your Pokedex for me. Oh, right, I forgot about that. Wow, little Pokemon, big Pokemon? Whoa, you even have data on Pokemon of this specific size? So much data, so much to analyze! Sorry about that, I got a little excited there. My Pokemon research is moving forward at a great pace thanks to your efforts. Here, take these. Consider it my way of saying thanks. Whoa! You're a natural at this Pokemon catching thing, aren't you, Violetta? For your next goal, let's aim for 200 species. I know that's a tall order, but keep tossing those Pokeballs and don't give up. I see you've already registered 200 species of Pokemon. Wow! You really are good at this. Oh, Pokemon from the mountains, from the sea. Wait, no way! You even found Pokemon like this? It's just so exciting. Pickles. Things are gonna move along super duper splendidly now. Thanks so much. Take this. Yo! 20 quick balls. You're a bona fide Pokemon catching professional, Violetta. For your next goal, it's finding time to go for a completed Pokedex. Aim for 400 species. This is no easy feat, but I believe in you. You've done so well. Keep tossing those Pokeballs, and don't give up. Not gonna let me live that down. They probably aren't. What am I at in Pokedex? 270. Rough. That's rough. I got a ways to go. What are my rewards, though? Dive balls. 180s. I get some Stardust. Ooh, luxury balls. Let's go. That's like 20,000. That's like 200,000 money I just made. Experience Candy M. Moonstone. Timer balls. Let's go. That's another 100,000. 3 star pieces. What the heck is this? A fastball. Zara, where are you? Some star pieces. Woo. Friend ball. Can I buy more of these? Ooh. No, it's a 280. Level ball. I'm able to buy more of those? Or are those the one? You just get the one. Rude. Well then I guess you're not my friend. Alright. That's that done. PTS? Pokemon Test Server. Got it. Yeah? Does it have Comfy now, I assume? And they suck. Comfy does? They seemed so good. Buswell got a huge buff. It was one of the worst all-rounders, so that makes sense. Granted, that's not saying much. All-rounder is still the best class in the game by far. Why am I talking to you? Ah, Miss Violetta, how kind of you to stop by. I must say, I'm pleased to see you on school grounds again. Travel and adventure certainly have their place, but it does one good to attend class as well, no? Speaking of which, there is something I would very much like to ask you. I understand you have joined a variety of classes during your time here at the Academy, but if I may ask, which of our faculty members has made the most unfavorable impression on you? Well, it's going to depend on who I remember. I do remember I liked her, but I haven't done anything with her yet. Jacques or Miss Ryford? Or Miss Time? I don't remember who Miss Ryford is. I'm gonna go with Jacques. He's cool. Oh-ho. Mr. Jacques from biology class, you say? Yes, he is a fine teacher, a most earnest and steadfast fellow. We are truly blessed to have so many wonderful teachers and staff members at Yuba Academy. I firmly believe that our faculty is second to none in their commitment to our students' ongoing education and well-being. Puzzle can get Muscle Beige off farm now. That's busted! He can start a fight with a full suplex. That's rough. That's gonna make it good throughout the whole game. Cause late game, having to start a fight with 0 muscle gauge is the big problem. Is the fact that you have to get your whole combo off before you can even do damage. So if you get stunned, you die. And if the enemy team is burst, then you die. Now you can start the game and like dive in and kill the squishies while you can't be killed. If you have full heal, you probably can kill them guaranteed with leech life. And with superpower, they just die no matter what. That's dope. That also probably will make lunge. That's probably a little bit of a shadow buff to lunge as well. Because now it means that you don't just need it for your combo. You can set up your combo in the safety of a bush and then just yote at someone and they die. The only change on Water Urshifu is its cooldown was reduced and it wasn't even the right move. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. That's fine. I'm more worried about nerfing Single Strike than buffing Rapid Strike anyway. Fire Urshifu is too strong as opposed to Water Shifu being too weak. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts, Miss Violetta. Neat. Okay, bye. Oh, it says there's more here. Do I just keep talking to him then? It changed liquidation. I mean, it was bad, so... Thank you for the visit, Miss Violetta. I could have sworn you were just here. A good friend of mine has been telling me of your recent exploits, though. I do seem to recall. You mean Clive? I'll leave their identity to your imagination. But now, lest I forget, there is another matter I would very much like your opinion on. Do you know what manner of gentleman's hairstyle is considered cool, as it were, among the youth these days? Oh, man. I don't know what any of these mean, so I'm going with short. Oh, is that so? I suppose I have indeed seen some of the Academy's male students supporting such a style. Could it be then that the pompadour has already had its day in the sun? Perhaps I ought to consider a change of wig. Change of wig, you say? Is that so? Oh. That is to say... never mind. Thank you for your insight, Miss Violetta. It was most enlightening. Well... Alright, there we go. He's done. Nurse's office! Let's go sleep! It's still going to be bad, but having its cooldown reduced doesn't do anything. I mean, it not only was it bad, it was also never up when you needed it. So, I mean, it doesn't do nothing. It just solves one of the problems that really wasn't the problem yet. But it would have been the problem eventually. It'd be like if they buffed Pain Split by reducing its CD. Does Pain Split really have a long CD, though? I feel like Pain Split is pretty much always up. It's like Power Swap on Mime. Hey there, come on in. Everyone's welcome in the nurse's office. Violetta, have you toughened up a bit? I feel I should take offense to that statement. I beat up a bunch of people, so I guess that counts. Oh, so you know your tough stuff, huh? But seriously, you look a bit different. I bet it's because of all the crazy experiences you're having on your treasure hunt. You need to tell me all about what you've been up to. Well, I took down a couple of gangs. I beat all the gyms. While we were gone. Oh, and I fought like 5 huge titans. It was awesome. Wow, that's super cool. I sure am jealous of you kids. You get to try out new things every single day. Me, on the other hand, I actually wanted to become a teacher. You could teach me about medicine. That's very useful in life. I'm just a school nurse, you know? I can't teach classes or anything like that. Why not? Teach me. I couldn't pass the certification exam to become an actual health teacher. I took it so many times, but no luck. So here I am, stuck forever in the nurse's office. Oh, sorry, I guess this isn't a very fun thing to talk about. But you're just such a good listener. Being mute tends to do that. I find myself telling you all kinds of stuff. I hope you'll still come see me even if I talk your ear off like this. Of course. Can I nap now? You tired? Why not lie down and have a quick rest? Yay, nap time! I'm awake. What happened? What day is it? Pain split cooldown is 10 seconds? Wild. Did you know? You can tell what it's thinking. I didn't know you had psychic powers. That's awesome. Smells like a hospital. The entrance hall has something. And it's the only thing that has something. Alright. Just gonna get Cassiopeia'd out of nowhere. Do I talk to you? Oh! Yo! I could have sworn I just saw you a minute ago. Oh! Hey, Violetta. Sorry, were you looking for me? I've been away from the nurse's office lately. Did you need something from me? Sure. Are your Pokemon hurt? Just a sec. Oh, not quite what I thought of. Here you go, a little first aid. You must really be having an adventure out there, judging from those scrapes and cuts. It's been a day. Kinda funny how a muck can get Battle Bond. Hmm? Oh yeah, I guess it's pretty unusual for me to be out of the nurse's office like this. Well, I'm actually doing a bit of studying. There you go. I thought I'd try my best at the health teacher certification exam one more time. Gambatteo! So you know, it's totally not because I'm inspired by a certain somebody working hard at the treasure hunt, okay? She's Sundeer! Well, maybe I am just a little bit. Never mind. False alarm. So, you know, thanks. Uh-oh, my break time's almost over. I know you'll be cheering me on, Violetta. Yeah! Do your best. 5%. Back to the nurse's office. Wrong lever! Oh, does pain splits cooldown tick? Oh. Schoolyard, turns out that just immediately activates the quest. We're canceling that. What of all the ones to pick by accident? Of all the ones to pick by accident. Funnily enough, I was just going to walk around to the back of the school. I was not going to pick that option. I didn't even know that was an option. I was just going to physically walk to the back of the school. I did not know that that was the trigger that they were hoping for. What's the most useless move in the game? It's a good question. Well, she's gone. It undid everything. I'm doing it off screen. Let's take home ec 3 because I need to feel better. Hold hands and splash. I think they meant in Unite, Meep. um... Yeah, but Clefairy's ult is not a useless move. Explosion, Hyper Beam, and Block by themselves are all like some of the best moves in the game. Overall, the ult is probably one of the better ones. Extreme speed on Dragonite isn't that bad. I don't know if it's that useless. The stun's pretty good. Yeah, Avalanche on Ninetales is not great. It's not useless, but why take it? Why bother? Honestly, Avalanche needed the buff that Mime's walls got. It should stun you when they press it. Who else is bad? Well, I mean, if I had to pick one of the least picked moves, it would probably be one of Wigglytuff's moves. I feel like after the buff, nobody plays Dazzling Gleam on Wigglytuff, and before the buff, nobody played Pound, or Double Slap. So I would probably make an argument for one of those being the most useless, depending on the buff or nerf. No, Sandtomb has cool eject button tech. I wouldn't call it useless. When do you see a Wigglytuff anymore in Unite? Exactly, that's why not picking one or the other is even more pronounced. Free Buddy Barrier, proc, and heal, to be fair. If you get Splash, it should really give you half of your ult back, I feel like. Because you basically only used half of your ult. It gives you 97%? Sheesh! That's actually enough that it will mess with Buddy Barrier proc. Because you won't get it twice. That's wild. Who else has terrible Unite moves? Not Unite moves, but moves in Unite. Oh yeah, Brave Bird and Aerial Ace are pretty up there. Because even with Brave Bird, you still usually want to take Flame Charge. I feel like Aerial Ace has a very strong argument for worst. I think it might be the most useless move in the game. Yeah, Trevenant does have pretty bad moves. Brave Bird, sure, but I'm saying like Aerial Ace, even with Brave Bird, Flame Charge is better. Because if you take Brave Bird, Aerial Ace, then you're just committing to killing one squishy and dying. Right? Like that's your only option, is you kill one squishy and then you die. That's all you get. If they have eject button, you might not even do that. They might just live. And then you will just die for nothing. That's how I play in general, but that still doesn't make it a not useless move. You can do the same thing with Flame Charge, but also live. So it's just objectively worse. Thunder, you're biased. I have no idea what voice is what. Well, new voice. It's been like a month since I did his voice. No one remembers. It's fine. Cram Hurricane. That's not useless. It's just worse. Hurricane is a really good move. It's just that the rest of Cram is extremely good, including Surf. Like, Hurricane is probably like B or A tier, and then the rest of Cram is easy A. I can't remember his voice, and I can't think of a new one to give him either. I'm between a rock and a hard place. Whatever. Put away your phones. It's time to begin class. In my last class, I taught about HP restoration. However, after class, I was asked by several of you about powerpoints, commonly known as PP. When a Pokemon loses all of its HP, it faints and can no longer battle. When that happens, what happens to a Pokemon when it loses all of its PP? It can't use moves! Perfectly correct, Miss Violetta. Perhaps you should know this from first-hand experience? I do! While I was grinding Pika, I ran out of Trick so much. Because it only has 10 uses, which is annoying. Surf has too much wind-up and too little range to be good? That's crazy, because if you attack once, Surf is a guaranteed hit. And who doesn't hold down A while they're playing the game? Everybody holds down A while they're playing the game. If you basic attack once, Surf is a guaranteed hit. And it's also a one-shot on squishies. Also, Surf has like 80% the range of a basic attack. It's not useless, it's just significantly worse. Because the stun is pretty good if you have Outrage. Because then you can stun, yellow boosted stun. So it's like stun, heal, stun. Which is pretty good. Most squishies that get hit by Dragonite Extreme Speed do actually legitimately just die. Unless they have like eject button or something and they can get out during the heal. But now with Rapid Scarf it's even harder. So I think you need eject button, you can't just use a dash. However, each move has its own store of PP, so you can mitigate PP loss by using a variety of other moves rather than just one move repeatedly. If a Pokemon loses PP for all of its moves, it will only be able to use Struggle, an action that also damages the Pokemon that uses it. In order to avoid this predicament, PP can be restored at Pokemon Centers along with HP. All of Zera's moves. Items such as Ethers and Max Ethers can also be used to restore PP. Be careful not to confuse potions with Ethers in the heat of battle. However, Ethers are not sold at shops, so you should use them judiciously if you find them. No, I have a butt ton. The stronger the move, the lower its maximum PP. Do not waste uses of these moves unless you wish to quickly run out of PP. It is important to find balance in a Pokemon set of moves. As you can see, HP isn't the only thing you must keep an eye on while adventuring with Pokemon. However, you will take care to ensure that your partner Pokemon can perform at their best as you engage in each treasure hunt. Well, in an actual battle, your Pokemon is probably not going to survive long enough to attack 20 times, which is what would happen if you had 4 moves with 5 PP. If you had 4 moves with 5 uses, you would still have 20 turns. Very few Pokemon would survive a 20-turn battle with another strong Pokemon, unless you were both just stalling. Maybe new coaching, because when do you really use that move? I mean, the resets are useful, just not as useful. So, maybe. Maybe. It is actually legitimately useful for saving an ally in like a 1v1 though. It's useful for that, and it's useful for spamming. It's useful for spamming Surf and Solar Beam in a team fight. Also, if your teammate is stacking, coaching can actually come in handy. Our time together has come for an end for today. Our next meeting will be an examination day. Be sure to review well in preparation. I'm boned! I didn't study! I'm boned! You could have been in a Discord call this entire time and none of us bothered. Midterm! Oh no! No! The time has come to test how well you all have learned here in my class. Let's begin before the information simmering in your brains from a last-minute cram session fades. What a bro! What a bro! I wish other teachers would do this. You're not in call though? Yeah, but none of us have mentioned it. No one has mentioned it once. That's because we wait for you to be in call? I mean, we're literally chatting. You could have asked me at any point. That's a lie. Well, bro. I wish other teachers would wait for that. Which is not an effect of a picnic meal? How do I pick? That's a new one. I haven't heard that one. Which of the following affects the kind of meal powers you receive from a meal? Number of people eating, the color of the utensils. Oh, which one does? Got it. It's just like a real test. I'm misreading the questions. Which of these berries can restore a Pokemon's HP? Well, I know that Pecha can. But Orin can. I'm wrong! Pecha cures poisoning! I'm a fool! Leandro wanted his Pokemon to decide on its own when to use its item in battle, so he gave it an Orin Berry. This will work as he hopes. True. If a move runs out of PP, it can no longer be used. If a Pokemon runs out of PP for all its moves, it can only sit there in frustration. False, it struggles. The time for answering questions has come to an end. Please stop writing. Man, I barely had enough time for that. I hope you were all able to give the examination everything you had. Please remember to ask for your scores at the front desk before leaving for the day. No, I flunked. Shit. Feels great to get that test out of the way, doesn't it? Let's look at your results. You must get 3 questions correct to pass the midterms exam, and 4 questions to pass the final exam. Let's see how you did. 5 out of 5 correct! Hooray! Just like my real exams. That's a passing score. Man! That's all I get? That's a passing score. You got 100. That's a pass. What? That's an A+? What do you mean? Don't disrespect me like this. Mr. Saguaro asked us to give this reward to any students who pass the exam. 5 XP candies, yes. Man, they must burn through XP candies like a son of a gun. There's more home ec. It keeps going. Let's just take the midterms of every class and we'll call that good enough. I guess. Should we do the new classes now that we've beaten the Elite Four? Or should we do the old classes? Well, there's 4 old classes and 2 new ones, so let's do the new ones. But actually, in total, then I would only have to do 4 of these to take the midterms of all 4. That's 8. If I had to do it with these, then I would have to take 4 classes and then another 4, and that would still be 8. I'm not sure. It's equal. I don't know. Top down. We'll just do the top 3. Don't be tardy. Grape Academy. Hello, hello! I hope everyone's ready to learn some new things today. I seem to remember teaching you all about the importance of eggs in our last class together. On that note, is everyone using their Pokédex? It registers Pokemon born from eggs as well as those encountered via other methods, so don't you worry about that. And just so you know, I'm the one who developed the Pokédex app. It was way before I started teaching here at the Academy, though. Back then, I was a researcher. In fact, Director Clavel wasn't working in education at that time either. He was researching alongside me at the same facility. That's suspicious. We got to research Pokemon together day in, day out. Those sure were fun times. Zoroark cut. You know what? That is a strong argument. There really is just no reason to use it. That actually legit fits the definition of a useless move. Because it is a move that heals on a squishy. Worthless. The only time I can imagine Zoroark cut working is in a stun comp. Cut is useless in battle too. Accurate. Unfortunate. I got yelled at all the time though. Wait a second, how did I get onto this? Pretty sure I was talking about the Pokédex. Anyway, I'd like to teach you about catching Pokemon. As you all know, a great way to catch a Pokemon more easily is to first lower its HP. But there's another way to up your chances of a successful catch. Can you guess what it is? Status condition. Prove that you're stronger. Flex on him. Urgh. Wow, that's right, Violetta. Great job. The correct technique for making Pokemon easier to catch is to inflict them with a status condition. Sleep is an especially effective status condition. It makes Pokemon drastically easier to catch. If you have a Pokemon that can use moves that put opponents to sleep, like Sleep Powder or Hypnosis, filling up your Pokédex will be a cinch. There are other ways to improve your catch rate as well, like using Pokeballs specifically designed to be effective against certain Pokemon. Eating food that gives you catching power works too, or sneaking up on Pokemon from behind to catch them by surprise when you start a battle. If you're having trouble, you may want to make the rounds to the gyms to get gym badges. Earning gym badges will make it easier to catch Pokemon of higher and higher levels. Please do come show me your Pokedexes once they start to fill up. Another day, another enjoyable class. Oh yeah, don't forget, our next class will be a test. No. We'll just mash A from now on. Don't be tardy. Hello, hello everyone! Today is our midterm exam. I'm sure it feels good to fill in all those empty spaces on the entry sheet, doesn't it? Take your time and contemplate each question carefully. What button would you use to let a Pokemon out of its ball so that it can walk with you, ZR? Combine one letter and one number below to correctly say when and where eggs are found. During picnics in your basket, A2. Which of the following is an effective way to warm up eggs? The clock is ticking in the background! Walking around. What will not make Pokemon easier to catch? Giving them a berry. Which is ironic because it does in Pokemon Legends Arceus. What will make it easier to catch a Pokemon of higher and higher levels? Gym badges. Certifications. This question won't affect your grade. How do you like the Pokedex? Is it easy to use? I'd be happy to hear your honest opinions. It's easy to use. It's quite easy, actually. Alright, everyone, time's up. I hope you all enjoyed tackling those questions. The last question was just something that I'm personally curious to know. Don't tell the director about it, okay? I'll grade these right away. I hope you're all looking forward to seeing how you did. Delphox Fire Blast. In what world is that not helpful? Doesn't it also make it easier in Pokemon Go? I believe so. I haven't played Pokemon Go in so long. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You can use berries to make them move less, and I think you can use berries to make it easier to get a good catch. When would you choose it over Mystic Fire? Stun Comp. If you have Stun Comp, why not? Just pick Fire Spin and Fire Blast. Fire Spin is such a good lockdown tool. If you're in a group that has 4 other characters with a lot of stun, like Fire Spin is just better because you can literally just stun an all-rounder to death. If you have 2 other Pokemon in your lane stunning, like Pikachu Volt Tackle, Delphox Fire Spin, and then even just like Absol Sucker Punch or something, all of that would just be enough to just one-shot it. Just take a Pokemon straight out of the fight, period. Five out of 5! I'm gonna mark those down. Passing score. Thanks. XP Candies S. Mouth. Mouth. No. Even then, Mystic Fire is still just better in damage, and CD is so much shorter. Yeah, but I mean, if you only need to hit them once, why not just Fire Blast it? Plus, it also is much easier to hit AoE if you're stunning a bunch of people with Fire Spin. Dojo Agility 11 seconds instead of 10 seconds Jump Kick. 6.5 seconds instead of 7.5 seconds Cinder Pyro Ball damage buff. Jail was nerfed. Well, that's good. I don't know what I would really nerf on him, though, is the problem at this point. This was not the nerf agility lead needed. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Those are the changes. Okay. So agility got 1 second on its cooldown. Sure. I'm not sure what else they would really change on it at this point. Jump kick is it 6.5 instead of 7.5 seconds? That's pretty good. That'll make it pretty much always up when you need it. That's convenient. It could stand to do... I feel like it could stand to be a slow, but why bother? Dodrio's already so fast. And Cinder Pyro Ball damage buff. It already does so much damage. Why? Why would you make it do more damage? The rework it should get is that if you hit it, it resets much shorter, so that you can just spam them if you get a hit, and then it turns into Gardevoir. You could just make him physical attack Gardevoir. Making Pyro Ball just a nuke that you can fire every now and then doesn't really seem like a good plan. He dies too fast. Having a nuke doesn't really help him. Well, that's not true. If they make Jump Kick do good damage or stun, well, stun better. Jump Kick could potentially get better than Agility. But it would have to be a pretty big change. And I feel like it would make Jump Kick too strong. The problem is not so much that agility is better than jump kick, so much as it is that agility is just too good. Physical Mage, Cinder, PogChamp. I mean, that's what Pyro Ball should be to begin with. Blaze Kick means that your basic attacks are just how you do damage. Pyro Ball should be that your moves are what does damage. And then you have Feint to dodge one big hit and then keep doing damage. Or you can Flame Charge away from danger and then keep going. But then you were not going to hit with your Pyro Balls, right? Then you're not going to hit with your basic attacks. It's supposed to be like risk-reward in both ways. And there's really no risk-reward for Pyro Ball. It's just risk. It's just risk. That's all there is to it. Right? Like, it's better for burning tanks, but you're an attacker. You're not supposed to burn tanks. It should basically just be a stronger boosted attack, and if you hit, you spam it. And then it's all just about baiting enemies to hit you, and then you can counter jungles spamming on you, right? Because you can just murder them. Because you don't have the stun to avoid, you know, like, with Pyro Ball, you don't have the stun to avoid speedsters just jumping on you and killing you, or all-rounders just jumping on you and killing you. So it should be like you have Feint Pyro Ball, they jump on you, you feint away with a bit of movement speed, and then you just start murdering them, right? With Pyro Ball, just poof, 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 poof. Right? You know, like maybe 1,000, maybe 1,000 to 1,200 a hit, and it's just boo hit, boom hit, boom hit. Just future sight. How much more damage does Pyro Ball do? Oh no. The Delphox CD spam would be fine if the damage was lower. That's generally the idea. I don't know why it does like 2 times more damage than it should. I think it feels great to read your horoscope and see that it says good luck is coming your way. So today I'd like to teach you all math while focusing on the topic of luck. Perhaps you've seen the following phrase crop up during Pokemon battles before. A critical hit. When a Pokemon's attack lands a critical hit, the damage it deals is increased by half. In other words, it does 1.5 times as much damage as it normally would. It is truly luck that determines whether your Pokemon lands a critical hit or has one landed on it. This can cause a great upset in battle. Does anyone know what % chance a Pokemon has of landing a critical hit? That's an excellent question. No. 1 in 24. So it is about 4 in 100. Odds are more favorable for certain moves, though. Why moves such as Stone Edge and Shadow Claw have about a 12% chance. Which is what I said. Dang it. Buswell buff might be enough to run full heal leech life. See? I knew it. I knew it! You can also use a move called Focus Energy, or an item known as Dire Hit. Both raise the critical hit ratio by 2 stages. That's a 50% chance to land a critical hit. That's busted. Feels great to land a critical hit, but perhaps not so great to be struck by one. There's a surprising amount of mathematical probability hidden in Pokemon battles, you know. It's almost like this series is 30 years old. If you're able to do the calculations that'll swing luck in your favor, it may open the door for more strategic choices for you during battle. Oh my, is that the bell? I suppose that's all for now. What a shame. Next class will be our fun midterm exam. I hope you're all looking forward to it. I didn't study! Sheesh! Suck. Suck. Not the math midterm. Bleh. Alright everyone, it's time to begin our midterm exam. I'm sure the fun experiences you all had in my class will serve you well as you answer. I'm boned. How much does Water Gun do when it hits a fire type Pokemon? Half? How much damage does Razor Leaf do when it hits a fire type Pokemon? Half? If you spend 2,000... Butts. I already answered one wrong. Spent $2,000 on as many 200 Pokeballers. How would you get? Not the trick question again. What percent chance does a Pokemon usually have to land a crit? About 4. How much damage does a move deal when it lands a critical hit? 1.5 times as much. I missed one! Butts. Delphox almost gets 1,000 special attack at level 15. Almost. Not quite Guardy levels. 4 out of 10. 4 out of 5. Butts. Man. Don't be tardy. Greetings, my little students. Whatever you did yesterday, it is now a part of history. Today, we will continue to unravel the marvels that history has presented to us. I love that they have the Hisuian Pokeballs in this room. I love it so much. As you should remember from our last class, Area Zero's great era of exploration began about 2,000 years ago. This era lasted for approximately 1,000 years, but not a single soul was able to venture all the way to the deepest reaches of Area Zero. Having poured much of its human and financial resources into the exploration of Area Zero for so long, the Paldean Empire fell into decline. 200 years later, or 800 years ago, the Empire and its surrounding nations united into one entity. This was the formation of Paldea as we know it today. Ah yes, this academy where you're now filling your young minds with knowledge was also apparently established at that time. In fact, this school building, though certainly having undergone repairs through the years, is just as it was when it was built so long ago. This very structure is a piece of history. Ah, things of old are truly splendid. I think Atticus would really like you. I would certainly prefer it to not have the Pokeball portion, though. A relatively new addition. Ah, perfect timing to make eye contact, young Miss Violetta. Why would you do this to me? Let's see if you've been listening to my lecture. I was asleep! Tell me, approximately how many years ago was this academy of ours established? We united as Paldea 800 years ago, so probably around then? Oh. Correct! I see the look of concentration on your face was indeed just that. No. I hate nothing more than when a student only pretends to listen. I'm going to die. This academy was constructed exactly 805 years ago, to be precise. In other words, your academy here is 805 years old. At the time, it offered state-of-the-art facilities and a uniquely innovative curriculum. As such, people used to say, those seeking knowledge need look no further than the grapes of Paldea. That's right, they were referring to Uva Academy. It is said that this proverb of sorts was even used outside of the Paldea region. Oh, is it that time already? I must have gotten swept up in filling your minds with knowledge. It's today's lesson. Our next class will be our midterm exam. Bring the wonders of history to the forefront of your minds in preparation. I don't remember anything. Oh no. It's always numbers. History class is always just numbers. Do you remember what year this happened? Do you remember what year that happened? You better. I don't know. I didn't study. This will probably be the last one before I go to bed. Greetings, my little students. It is time for our midterm examination. Summon your historical knowledge from the dark recesses of your minds and answer the questions. History sucks? Yeah, well. What's the name of the geological formation at the center of Paldea? The Great Crater? Ooh. Was long believed to rest in the depths of Area Zero. Treasure? How many years ago did the Paldean Empire begin to rule this region? 2,000 years ago? How many years ago was this academy built? 805 exactly. Those seeking knowledge. A Piyush. Your time is up. Put your writing utensils down. That last question was a freebie. Even the least capable of you surely padded your score there. I feel insulted, but you're correct. I sincerely hope you did anyway. That is exactly how my EM teacher treated us after our first test. They're like, all of you suck and you deserve to fail. What is wrong with you? How did you get to this point in your curriculum? None of you are ready for this, and you should be ashamed of yourselves. It's just like, Jameis! Did we do that bad? The answer was yes. Yes, we did do that bad. And I still got an A- in the class. Take that! I'm the best! Thank you sincerely, teacher. They don't know I stream, but if they did, I'm sure they would appreciate the thank you. After that exam, he had to start giving us tests with 150 points. And grading it out of 100, so that we wouldn't fail. It was useful, though, because it also let us demonstrate we knew more than the test really had. So that was convenient. He also let us stay for 3 times longer than the class period was. Why is her hair just flicking? So ends our midterm examination. You may ask for your scores at the school's front desk. Please try not to fail. I will avoid the rant about how school is a poorly kept system. I'm sure I got at least 3 right. We take those! I passed the history class with 5 out of 5, but I missed one on the math class? Fucking trick questions! Fucking trick questions, bro! You got the easy question wrong. Shut up! Shut up, go die. Let's save before I accidentally go to the schoolyard again. I can't ride me right on here. I'm gonna be late! Like a Zoink Scoob, I'm gonna be late! I've gotta zip zap zoop out of here! I'm slowly turning into Mickey Mouse! Alright. I think we'll call that today. Oh, what's Miss Time doing here? Hey! Oh my, if it isn't Violetta! Please forgive me if this is an odd question. Were you perhaps watching me from afar just now? I just got here. Yes, I suppose you wouldn't have been doing something like that. I'm sorry. You being stalked? You see? Oh, how should I put this? Recently there have been times when I feel as if I'm being watched. Not by a Pokemon, mind you, but by a person. I thought it might be a ghost, so I tried asking my sister for help. She said it most likely isn't one. Oh, she's the rapper. Your sister's the rapper. So that's why when you got angry you sounded like her. That makes so much sense. She's good with ghost-type Pokemon, you know? She wouldn't happen to be a rapper, would she? In Monte Nevada? Perhaps one of my students is quietly watching me, waiting for a chance to ask me a question? Maybe you've got a secret admirer. Goodness. If that wasn't an intense gaze I felt. If you notice someone with a sort of fire in their eyes, come tell me, would you? If they're too shy to come ask me themselves, then I'll go to them. Okay. You guys see anything? Whoa, what happened? Oh, that doesn't look good. You guys see anybody who looks like they'd be staring? I'm a student. Okay. You have a lot of mischievous. Dang it. What range on that? Why can't I ride me ride on? I don't see anyone that could be staring. I love the smell of books. That person needs to get out more. If there's one sense that your book should not be represented by, it's your smell. You are in here way too often if you can recognize the smell of a book. This kid Arvin. This is so exciting. Let me in. Oh. I did not know that's what they did. If she's being stalked by somebody, I can't tell who. Oh, I was nowhere near you. Okay. Oh well. That's gonna be it for me today. I need to go the heck to bed. But I hope you guys all enjoyed. That was a fun stream. It was a good time with everybody. We shared good times. We had good laughs. Everyone laughed. Laugh. Laugh! But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream. Bye!